Have you realized that all YouTube videos are about being hyper productive, super efficient, working, 7 hours a week, 20 hours a day, achieving that entrepreneurship dream of basically realizing all your dreams? I realized that the only real key and way to success is to also step back and relax and sometimes do nothing at all. Stick around and I will show you 5 steps to improve your productivity and don't go nuts. There is this myth that constant productivity is the only key to success. Whenever I watch a YouTube video about productivity, I realize that everyone is trying to push this idea that you have to give up something in order to achieve something else. And I agree. You don't and can't always be all over the place, focusing on 20 different things in your life and hope to achieve success in certain things or be productive in other areas. But at the same time, you also need to step back to try and destroy this myth of constant productivity. The only way to do that is to just do nothing. How do you do that? Well, it depends on the person you are. I'm the biggest procrastinator on earth, so I need a calendar. A calendar is the best tool to free up space in your life. If you remember when you were in school, you used to have a schedule from, depending on the country you went to school to, but let's say 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. And in that time, they tell you 8 till 8:55 math class. From 9 till 9:55 grammar. Then you get a 15 minutes break. And then the day goes like that. You have your lunch break, then you go back to class at, let's say, 1 p.m. By applying that to your own life, you free up so much space as long as you respect your calendar. Have a yearly calendar. Basically, what you want to do is to have your whole year laid out. Then, day by day, start putting in what you already know, like your mom's birthday, your upcoming trip, the Christmas holidays you're going to do, the ski trip. You already start feeling that at a very macro level, just an overview. Once you've done that, you can jump into your weekly view and then plan week by week as it's coming. So I can plan already next week. What I like doing is set the routines that I have every week and every day between 6 and 9 a.m. I have what I call my morning routines. I have another video where I talk about my morning routines, so go check that one out if you want to know more. And I have my evenings routines. I have my blocker where I walk the dogs at lunch. I have over the weekend when I do my long triathlon trainings and so on. So these are fixed things in my calendar. Then there's free space to set up things that are going to happen, I don't know, the day I go to the office. Okay, drive to the office, block that thing. Or just have a whole blocker for the day you're in the office. You can customize it the way you want. The next step, go more into detail, day by day, and in there you select every single detailed things you want to achieve that day. The idea being you schedule your day, task by task, record YouTube video, walk the dogs, train, and try to stick to it as much as possible. Allow for some time in between, as in you can't jump from one task to another, or also be quite generic. For example, I walk the dogs every morning and then lunch and sometimes in the afternoon as well. What I do is I allow myself an hour at lunch, but then I know that walk I do around lunch is probably half an hour. So I have that 1 hour window to walk the dogs. This allows me to complete the tasks that I had before and complete the tasks that I had after. Could be record this YouTube video, focus on my day-to-day job, tidy up the house. That is the way to go ahead and free up space and time in your life. By doing so, you will have empty spaces in your calendar. That is where you can set, an hour of Netflix in the evening, or 2 hours, or 3 hours, it doesn't matter. Schedule 1 or 2 days a week where you just, meet with friends and you don't need to be productive the whole time. The power of downtime. You need time to recharge. As a Ironman coach, I know that I can't have my athletes always running in zone 4, meaning threshold pace. I just need to set some rest time for them. I need to schedule swimming rather than running or cycling. I need to play around with that. You have to plan for downtime in order to recharge your batteries. You need to get a good night's sleep. What my problem is, my main problem, that's personal, but this is why I'm doing this video. When I work too much, when I'm too focused, when I'm trying to be overly productive, my brain doesn't stop. It's constantly racing. What does it mean? It means that I go to bed in the evening and I'm thinking about that YouTube video I want to film. I'm thinking about the book I'm finishing writing. I'm thinking about the clothing brand I'm launching. I'm constantly thinking about something. I don't want that. I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night thinking or dreaming even about these things. That's why, to me, downtime is extremely important. And I normally try to have downtime starting from 5 p.m. and in the afternoon I'm already working on lighter stuff depending on work. I work a lot with the US and I live in Switzerland. Sometimes I'm having a call or reading an email a bit later in the afternoon, but this is totally fine. It's okay as long as it doesn't become the rule. This should apply for your own personal projects as well. If you are someone that works better in the evening, you're more efficient in the evening, then go ahead. But if you're like me, that you're much more creative and efficient and productive in the morning, then really do schedule some downtime in the evening where I light some candles around the house. I sometimes light the fire, watch some Netflix. Why not? I just don't touch my computer anymore. I don't watch YouTube videos anymore unless they are a documentary or something extremely relaxing. So this is kind of how I plan my downtime in order to recharge my batteries and be able to be efficient, not just work harder, but really work smarter, and sometimes don't work at all. Step number 3, routines are extremely important. If you set your routines right, they will become part of you, part of your life, and everything else will become much easier. Sometimes though, it's okay to break those routines. Don't go crazy about this whole idea about efficiency and having to achieve these and oh my God, I skipped my routine. It's fine, as long as that doesn't become the rule either. Don't skip your routines for 2 weeks in a row. But if you skip it one day, if a friend tells you, hey, I'm around, why don't we catch up and go for a walk or drink a beer or drink a coffee? Just say yes, unless you really don't want to see that person. That's another story. Try to have healthy routines and sometimes just break them. It's fine. It's totally fine. As long as you're not the biggest procrastinator on earth, and breaking routines on a regular basis would put you off track. You have to be very careful with that as well. And that is me. Surprise. Step number 4, learning from the greats. A lot of people, well, until some time ago, were idolizing Elon Musk, for example, big time. Why? Well, because he's achieved huge and remarkable things in his life with Tesla, with SpaceX, and all his other companies. Thing is, he's one of those people that would be happier if you worked 90 or 120 hours a week. I see someone like Sir Richard Branson to be maybe a better role model. He's really good with work-life balance. Whenever you hear from him or see him on the news, he's done something crazy. I mean, he's getting older, everyone is. But the stuff he's done in his life are just amazing. Like, his book is one of the best things. Put a link down because it's just amazing. It's seriously, you're like, wow, this guy really lived life. And I think that's what you should aim at doing in your life, live life. Then if you're someone that has no interest in life whatsoever, doesn't have a family, doesn't have pets, doesn't have social life at all right. Do your 120 hours a week, but then you probably shouldn't be on this channel because, I'm pretty laid back. But again, learn from the greats, take the right mentors, ideas, and so on. Step number 5, find your own balance. Who am I to tell you what you need to do? I'm just recommending what works for me and what's, making me live a balanced life while still being efficient and while using my spare time in a good way. Because this is the question as well. What do we do with the time we save? Everyone's talking about you've got to be efficient, you've got to be productive because you're going to save so much time. Use this AI tool to save 20 hours a month. Okay, what am I going to do with this 20 hours a month? And that is extremely important as well. Find your own balance and find what you're going to do with the extra time that you save. I have a robot vacuum cleaner with mop built in. And having 2 dogs around the house, that is the single best gadget I have in the house because it saves me so much time. But what do I do with that time? Well, I take the dogs for beautiful walks. I work on a project. I write my next book. I work on my clothing company. And this is the idea. If you're saving time, well then try to use it for something good, or try to use it to unwind and relax and find that balance that you need. Spend more time with your family. Spend more time with your friends. Spend more time with your pets, with your kids, whatever it is that you have in life. Just be aware of that time you're saving and the way you use it. I would say that the take-home message for everyone here is that sometimes stepping back, taking some time for yourself and relaxing is just the best way to become productive. If you overwork yourself, you're not going to be able to be as productive and creative as you wish to be. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time. Bye.